fact, I hadn't written the essay or something, so I thought I was ditching my application. I gave up. It's like I could not make the August 2nd deadline, so I just abandoned, because you can save it, go back to it, and it stays there, right? About a month later, I got an email from the program officer for the area, and they said, "We see that you have halfway completed an application to Malaysia. Wouldn't you please finish filling it out?" Big hint, right? I'm like, okay, and then I got it. So I guess that can happen too.
It does. That varies here. Thank you very, very much. So we have just about 15 minutes or so. I want to cover the other programs. Because let's say you're interested in going abroad, but you don't have a full, you don't have a sabbatical coming up for a while, or you just can't spare a semester or let alone a full year abroad. Let me tell you about the specialist program very quickly. So these are our additional opportunities. The Fullbright Specialist Program is a completely different application process. You would not look on the catalog at all. The catalog we've just been talking about, you would not look to the catalog for information on the Fullbright Specialist Program. Instead, you would go to our website, ie.org/CIS, and just right on the left-hand side, you'll see very clearly the core program, Fullbright Specialist Program. This is a roster. You apply to get on a roster. There's a separate review process that is usually turned around from your time of application to notification in about 90 or so days. Thereabouts. And what happens is you're on the roster for a total of 5 years. This is not for you to conduct your own research. This is for you to sign up to be really a consultant. What happens is other countries would submit project requests. So let's say a faculty development initiative they need help with in a certain discipline. Let's say they are redesigning their curriculum. Who knows? There are 20 eligible disciplines for the Fullbright Specialist Program. It's not too focused on STEM for those of you in those fields, just so you know. But there are 20 eligible disciplines. I encourage you to take a look at that. And the way it works is you can go or you can't. And we don't hold it against you if you can't, because you get very little notice typically. So you're on the roster for 5 years. Sometimes you don't get called up. I should make you aware of that. It's really impossible for us to predict what this project statement requests are going to be. The program was set up in 2001 really because there were so many requests for short-term help that these developing countries in particular needed. U.S. expertise, and that's what that's for. IEA already talked about. German Studies Seminar, very, very similar to the IEA program, but not just for administrators and faculty. And the New Century Scholar Program is a flagship program for Fullbright. This is a different model altogether also. This program works like this. We put together 10 U.S. faculty with 20 international scholars. 20 scholars from abroad, 10 from the U.S., and we give them a topic. It varies by year. The current topic is very broad because it's open to all disciplines. The current topic right now, and this is not to apply for, just so you know, type of topics. Last year was access to higher education. This year is the university as innovation driver, linking, really just moving things from the lab to the market, and linking campus to community. And so the way it works is you're paired up with a small group within that cohort of 30. You would meet around the world, usually 3 times, and you would work on this issue and make recommendations, conduct research, etc. Very interesting program to have that collaborative model. We are waiting right now for the next topic, and it's under consideration at state. So stay tuned to what the next topic will be. It'll be announced on our website. Sure. Oh, sure. That's a great idea. In fact, I think I have that for sure. So one of the neat initiatives from this latest group I mentioned, focusing on the university as an innovation driver, is one of the subgroups was on water rights. And that broadened a bit to start talking about just sustainable development kinds of issues in the developing world. And the subgroup within the latest New Century Scholar Program cohort, they decided that they had stumbled upon a need to create something called Professors Beyond Borders. It's So we're about to give birth, we're announced at National Press Club on Monday, in fact. And they'll be recruiting, this is nothing to do with Fullbright, they'll give them birth through the Fullbright program. They'll be recruiting faculty to sign up much like, kind of like that Fullbright specialist model in a way where you would basically sign up as a volunteer, and they're going to be fundraising privately for this. And so I have some brochures, just a few left, on Professor Beyond Borders. So you can get some information on that or ask me about it. But kind of exciting. And that's the spirit of Fullbright, is that you have to sort of see things and let things take on.
Can you just give a sentence or two on what it is?
I'm sorry.
Can you give a sentence or two on what it is?
The new topic?
Beyond Borders.
Right. So really, they just being formed now. They're going to be recruiting faculty, experts, some professionals who want to travel abroad to work on issues on a very short-term basis. They just, I think,
You've got 2 projects already in the works?
Two
One in
Thailand
Haiti
and
and one in
Thailand.
Thailand?
Yeah. Their mission is Professor Beyond Borders contributes time, energy, passion, and intellectual capital that helps some of the world's most economically disadvantaged and remote areas. Kind of broad, but they were focused on water and sustainable development. Now they want to expand that to other faculty who, clearly models doctors without borders. I think there's an engineers without borders.
Yeah.
Some more with the FSP. Now, one resource you can take advantage also, back to the core program, or our main time to get Brian. If you are going through the catalog and you see a country of interest to you, you can start to look for more information by contacting the program staff in DC, as I mentioned. You can also go to the website, look for the Visiting Scholar Program, because there is a list of every visiting Fulbrighter in the United States. There are about 800 any given academic year, and you would have, I would expect, probably more than a handful here at UF. You could find somebody, and actually they could be from wherever, that is hosted by any U.S. institution. Not only can you contact them, we list where they're from, we list the discipline, where they're stationed. Not only can you contact them, you can also invite them to UF to put on a symposium, for example, some kind of special event, and they're paid for it. That extra money that you talked about earlier in Malaysia, well, this is extra money they have access to. And you submit a one-page application. It's not a competition, by the way. It's very, very perfunctory. So that's a great way to get to know somebody, right, from that given country and to really get up to speed. But you don't have to go to that length either. You can just give them a call or send them an email. This is a great resource for you to know about. Occasional lecture fund I covered. Some other information. Okay, does anybody want to see any other awards in the catalog before we wrap it up? South Africa? That. Take off history, see the whole thing. Looks like 10 awards.
Have a session for the faculty.
See Betty's priorities here.
But you can
Placing U.S.
see the
scholars at a range of
somewhere
South
it's
African
3 o'clock.
universities and priorities. Please note, more applications are generally received from scholars proposing to work in the Western Cape. Time to do get that, yeah. Type in a higher for a developed country. The tuition assistance here is very